Welcome back to the channel. Another video about what our local governments are doing to us and how they're lying to us and making up stuff to make us believe they're doing things for our benefit. So I received an email from the TfL, Transport for London, today saying there is a new congestion charge proposal and there's a consultation going on. Basically, in other words, consultation means that they're going to do whatever they like. They're just letting you know that by this date it will be done. And consultation doesn't mean that they're going to listen to the feedback, even though they pretend that there is a portal where you can go and provide your feedback. The funny thing is that when you click on the link to enter the survey, it says, oops, 505 error, unable to find the link, or 502 error code. So it's not even there for you to do anything, but as I said, it doesn't matter. So let's go through what they're proposing. So Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, has introduced this temporary congestion charge, which came into effect over a year ago, so you can understand how temporary that is. And it was to charge £15 a day to bring your car into central London from 7 a.m. in the morning until 10 p.m. at night. And as I said in my previous videos, all the shops and everything is closed after 10 o'clock, so you can never go do your shopping in central London. And I used to go and buy things from little independent shops and boutiques and coffee shops, and they're not getting any of my business because if I go there, I have to pay for parking, which is £5 an hour, and then I have to pay £15 to enter that zone, and then I have to pay for coffee and other things. So the overall cost of that trip is just not worth it. So as a protest in the last 18 months that this temporary congestion charge has been in place, I haven't gone into central London at all, because I thought my money going into these little businesses is helping the economy, and if they don't want my money, then that's fine. And many other people would have done the same. Now they're proposing this new thing to say, well, the temporary congestion charge that we increased from £11.50 to £15 is going to stay as £15. So they're not going to put it back, even though it was temporary. They're changing the hours from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., which is what it used to be, Monday to Friday, but now they've added on the weekends between 12 and 6 p.m. So that means that all the shopping times on the weekends where you can go in, the shops are open, you can't, because that's another £15 you have to pay. And it's not like the public transport is amazing and it's not packed and it's not busy and it's cheap, so you have the alternative. And this, in some cases, you just can't use public transport to go to certain areas, or you have heavy objects that you need to buy. All of those things not taken into consideration. So these small businesses that are paying taxes and contributing to the economy and creating jobs will go out of business. Only the big organizations will remain, because they will take money from the overall corporate level and pump it into the small business or small shop that's not making so much money in central London. And then on top of all of this is the Labour Party, so the left-wing mayor that people of London have chosen. This shows how the left-wing government doesn't have a clue how the economy works, because it's the small shops, the small businesses who are supposed to be the Labour and left-wing supporters who are against the corporations. They vote for this party and this mayor, and now he's going to make sure they go out of business, and these big corporations that all these left-wing people hate are going to win. And whose fault is it? The fault of the left-wing party. It's just ridiculous. It boils my blood that people are so stupid that they just keep doing this. It's like a religion. They just vote for these stupid nonsense people because That's who their parents voted for, their grandparents and their generations, and they believe somehow these are the saviors. In reality, they are just useless, incompetent people who don't understand economy, and they just keep doing stupid things. So anyhow, then moving on to the next bit, there would be no charge on the period between Christmas and New Year, which is fine because that's a dead period. Most businesses and shops are closed. And they're saying that they're going to give a 90% discount to the local residents, which again is ridiculous. If you live somewhere, you shouldn't have to pay to go to your home. And this is nothing to do with congestion. This is to do with making money because they're managing transport for London so badly and they're losing a lot of money. They keep asking the central government to loan them money to bail them out. And now they've found this way of just making more money. And again, going back to the point of how does it help the poor people and those people who have less money? Left-wing Labour government making it impossible for poor people, not just businesses, but poor people from going to these central London areas because they can't afford it. For rich people, it won't make a difference. Actually, you're clearing up the roads for the rich. So the poor people will stay out of central London and the rich people can enjoy the good things. So all of this is just so two-faced and so awful. It just winds me up. And then they're saying there'll be no discounts for auto pay. Whereas in the past, if you had set up an automatic payment, it would give you a slight bit of a discount and it would take the money and there was an annual fee for it, for having that service. Now you still have to pay the annual fee, but they won't give you a discount. So this is all about making money. This is not about the congestion or the pollution. Anyone who lives in London or travels around London, you'll see they've made the footpaths or pavements really, really wide, made the roads very narrow. Park Lane is a typical example. It used to have 4 lanes and now it has 1 car lane and 3 bus lanes and a cycle lane. And if you go there, all of that section is completely empty and there's a massive traffic jam. So when you create traffic jam, you add to pollution and congestion. My point on this is totally ridiculous because if they are trying to save the environment and reduce pollution, they would allow the traffic to move freely, they would increase the flow, and maybe there's some parts of central London that should be pedestrianized because they are so congested and they're so small that you can't make the roads any bigger. Just make them pedestrian and put car parks nearby so people can go park their cars and walk like all the other cities in Europe. But this isn't about congestion, this is about making money. So anyway, the bottom line is they say you have until the 6th of October to complete this online survey. And I've been clicking on this survey and it just takes me to this link. Oops. So, yeah, very, very annoying. I thought I should have a little rant. Thanks for watching. Until the next one.